Welcome to this week's episode of Fish 5-0 with me, yours truly, your host, Krim, also known as the Asian Avenger. Today we're playing a list called Naya Dinosaurs from _OVC_, who piloted this to a 5-0. We've seen this list running rampant, stomping around, and, what's the difference? What are the changes? Well, we'll get to that in a second here, but let's just take a look real quick at what White has brought us in Shalai, Deafening Clarion, which can give us the much needed life gain to have a huge life point swing, and immediately pull us from, make us go from behind to super far ahead. And we have Huatli, and then we have some collision, Colossus in the sideboard, and Ixalan's Binding. So this way you can just go ahead and take down annoying flyers, because this deck has a very bad time with flyers, so it seems. Unfortunately, with however big Ghalta is, Ghalta cannot reach into the skies and stomp a flyer out. So let's go over what's new in the deck. So the two things that Ravnica Allegiances have brought us right here up front is Rhythm of the Wild, which is to help us with our control matchup, because creatures you control can't be countered, or creature spells you control can't be countered, and non-token creatures you control have Riot. So not only do all of our threats resolve, but they can also have the ability to get haste or a +1/+1 counter. Obviously that is very huge in the Esper matchup, which there's a lot of Esper running around. And of course, Gruul Spellbreaker, which is a 3-mana 3/3 with Riot Trample. As long as it's your turn, you and Gruul Spellbreaker have hexproof. So those days of worrying about Settle the Wreckage as long as this is around are over. I mean, Settle the Wreckage has fallen off to the wayside, but with this, it makes sure that we don't have to worry about Settle the Wreckage unless they deal with this first. And of course, this is just a hasty threat where if, it resolves, it's at least getting in for 3. Because they can't target it on your turn as it and you have hexproof. So we'll find out if these two new additions from Ravnica Allegiances are enough to boost the power of Naya Dinos. So without holding up any longer, let's run it through a league. Looks like we're up against Echo Knot. Good luck, opponent. I'm excited to see how this, if the addition of Spellbreaker makes Naya Dinos sweeter. And of course, there's also Rhythm of the Wild. So when all of our dinosaurs are uncounterable, that's pretty awesome. I would like to have Rhythm of the Wild, but what are the odds this is a control deck, right? Please don't be a control deck. Okay, so it's Gates. Or maybe it's Nexus or something like that. Oh, nope. Let's hide the white for now. Let's just pretend we're Gruul. Not that the white really matters all that much. We don't need the double white at all, so we can just drop the white whenever. We would only need it for Huatli out of the board, and Shalai, and I think that's about it. And Deafening Clarion, but... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and play Bronte D. Brontodon's sweet, as it is an X4. I do love me some X4s. Okay, see what they're playing here. Okay, we're on red. They caught us. I mean, we have the white. Okay, so if it's damage-based removal, that means that this is gonna draw us a card. It also has one more toughness than the amount of gates they currently have, so Gates Ablaze is gonna need one more. There you go. I guess we gotta draw a card off this. That's kind of chill. Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and play another Brontodon, Ripjaw Raptor. Alright, what do they have here? Guild Summit is a brutal one. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and blow one of these up. That's a little unfortunate they drew as much as they just did, but whatever. Let's go Brontodon. Blowing this up means they don't, I mean, it's fine. We can respond. We don't actually have to do that right now. I don't want to commit too much. I know I could have played Spellbreaker and then just immediately swung in, but, ooh. Huh. They're gonna draw a lot of cards here, aren't they? They draw 2 cards. That's 3 health. Okay, well, I can't let them draw that many cards. That's like a disgusting amount of cards. Like, they draw 2 cards already. They've gone through a good amount of their deck already. These lands will not suffice. Darn. Well, let's go ahead and just get in there with haste. And then play Thrashing Brontodon in case we need to blow anything else up. I mean, Gates Ablaze has got to be in their hand by now. This is a good enough board for them to pop it to. And I am not even going to question if they have enough gates. Ugh, gross. Okay. How do we beat that? We need to draw, like, what? We need to get collisions out of our sideboard and Vivian Reed. Yeah. That's not gonna cut it. Well, we have all the dinos that we had since the opening hand. I mean, like, what does sending my all my threats in do for me? Puts them down to... They block the Ripjaw Raptor. They're down to 6. Sure. Yep. You got it. Okay. I don't want to actually play anything this turn. I'm going to wait for the Register Alpha. We put him to 6 right now. We have to draw either another Girl Spellbreaker plus Register Alpha. That way we can go around the Hydroid Crisis. I mean, they could just go Gates Ablaze here. And that's why we need another dinosaur to go with this. Hold on, let me activate here. I'd like to blow up this guild summit, please. Nice. Potentially, that was sweet. They still get a card off that. Nice. Sweet play. Ooh. Guess they're gonna do a little bit more than that. Oh, just spinning through their deck right now. So we have 5. We can draw any 3 or 4 drop dinosaurs, so... Ripjaw... we have like only 1 more Brontodon. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we give it haste. Everybody in. Nice. That means we get game 1. The Hasty Dino and the Spellbreaker. Very sweet. I want Vivian's. Collision. I mean, that's pretty cool. Banefire is an additional way to close out the game. I don't think I want any Lava Coils. Rams are going to be bigger, so I guess we bring in the Ixalan's Bindings. Creature with flying, so what do they bring in? They just have Krasis? I mean, we could pump our own threats. That's pretty sweet, but I don't know if that's enough to warrant all of that. You know what? I'll just keep a Shalayan. Yeah, I think that should be good enough. We have the Ixalan's Bindings because that's more efficient at dealing with their key threats, which is going to be their Krasis. We get to put one under a binding on a Krasis or a binding on maybe a Ram or a Giant or a Gate Colossus, I mean. And I think that would seal it up. Can we get Rhythm of the Wild, though? Rhythm of the Wild would be very sweet here. I'll keep this. This allows us to do Commune with Dinosaurs, reveal a dinosaur or land card from among them, and put it into your hand. Seems sweet. Keep. We're missing the 1 and 2 drops, but this deck doesn't really have that many. I think I want my mana. Yeah, I'm going to go with my mana, because Carnage Tyrant, oh, that's way too far away. We already have Ripjaw Raptor. Because we don't have any 1s and 2 drops, there is a discussion to even shock for Temple Garden. Deafening Clarion is something I forgot to take out. A dupe. There's 3 of those. I could have brought in probably some more threats. Well, luckily we didn't take them out, because now we can kill one of these. Wow. Actually getting to kill a Ram. Actually just getting to kill a Ram with it. Feels good. I'm going to play Brontodon. Can we set up here? Wow, we actually got to kill something with this. So next level. We're so next level. Oh. Alright, so that's 6 to the face. If we had more lands, this would be a different game, but we're a little behind right now. Nice. They only had 3 guild gates, so they only got to take out the Spellbreaker. They also just they spent 2 removal spells on that. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'd like to get a 4th land here. At any point now, a 4th land would be pretty good. Ooh, they're starting to pull ahead here. 4th land, please. Oh, can't play it. Man, no Rhythm of the Wilds either, huh? Maybe we could have brought in Kroll. Oh, that's really bad for us. So they do play Nexus of Fate. That's not good for us. Well, they gained a lot of life back. Sure. Well, this is very late. This is very late, but they're back to 23. Concerning. They have another Nexus of Fate. By them attacking, they're obviously agreeing that they do have it. Ooh. Okay. That's a 6/6. Yeah, we got to get rid of a few of these creatures. So, let's see. What are our options? You think here. What do I have at my disposal? Alright, well, we're just going to play Galta. Big ol' G. Big Galteezy. Galtadon. Okay. Seems sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 7 guild gates. Seems fine. Okay, so we gained 16 back. So we're at 23. Get out of this spot. We had to do the lifelink there because we were in trouble. They have a lot of flyers, so yeah, okay, we definitely want to bring in the Kroll Harpooners. Drawing a Vivian would be pretty nice here. I get around this wall. There's a very massive wall. See, okay, so yeah, maybe we could bring in the Collisions and Colossus. I feel like those weren't bad. We stumbled a little bit, so we fell too far behind here. Yeah, we fell way too far behind. I mean, I want to see what I would have drawn anyways. Okay, so we'll board a little more efficiently this time around. Alright, let's go to the game 3 here. That was unfortunate. Luckily, we got some usage out of those Deafening Clarions. This, plus this, and this. I think this is good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. I do like the idea of Kroll Harpooner plus the Rhythm of the Wilds, because that makes them all, like, immediately attack. And, like, with Kroll Harpooner, they could be pretty massive, so for, like, a late game finish. I'll keep this. We haven't had a Rhythm of the Wild to play with. I know our hand's a little bit slow, but, I mean, our whole deck's a little bit slower, so we, you know, kind of the way it goes. They have a Carnage Tyrant, but Carnage Tyrant isn't that bad. When we're playing our own and we have a bunch of big dinosaurs ourselves, plus Collision Colossus allows us to pump. It's more of those Nexus of Fates that I need to be worried about. And whether or not we draw our lands. The deck only plays 23 lands. Now that's, I mean, like, yeah, Commune with the Dinosaurs helps with that, but ooh-wee, do we need some help with that? Okay. Rhythm of the Wild. Now we put Thrashing Brontodon. Everything has haste now. We just gotta get him quick. Let me think here. We have two options. Play Rhythm of the Wild, take a whole nother turn off again. But then everything gets +1 plus haste. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna that could be greedy, but I want to try that. Now we're pretty set. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll pump our threat here too, if need be. Okay, so they've chosen not to do anything about our friendly little dinosaur here. Alright, so we take a lot from that, don't we? But now with that out of the way, we can go ahead and play our... We take 11, or we go down to 11. We get rid of the ram permanently. They have 7 mana. So they can't play any more of their rams, luckily. They can play their angel, but the angel isn't that scary. And then we could play Shalai. Shalai gets +1 in haste. That's currently lethal. Nice, and we get there. Woo! Falcon Punch. Alright, we're up against a used car salesman. Alright, card salesman, sorry. I love that name. Well played, friend. Used card salesman. Aren't we all used card salesmen? Because, you know, unless we're buying booster packs. Oh, boy. Is this mono blue? Let's find out. Alright, opponent just scried, moving the card to the bottom. They have 3, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. Ooh, shocking for Steam Vents from the opponent. Into a Chart, of course. So this... Oh, they ditched a Maximize Velocity. Well, that's not good for us. I'm going to go ahead and play my Spellbreaker, but Spellbreaker with +1/+1 on it. Because I feel like if they're Drakes, everything's going to have 4 toughness. Well, that can be a pickle sometimes. I'm going to play Ripjaw Raptor here. As that's an X5. So 5 toughness means we get around Lava Coil. They have to go Lava Coil Shock, which means we draw 2 cards, and I don't hate that. I'm going to go ahead and blow up the Enigma Drake here, or try to. Alright, sweet. So we get to connect. I mean, like, Drake's feels like it's going to be a little bit of a miserable matchup game 1, right? Because they got a bunch of flyers. They have maximized velocity, so at any random point we can get punched for like 100s. Not actually 100, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to force them into a situation where they have to deal with my X5. But that could just be one big Drake. And as of right now, they've gone Discovery. So that means they can't play Crackling Drake, but they could play land and drop Enigma Drake. Alright. What does the opponent have here? Bacon Bolt. To blow up my Ripjaw Raptor, huh? That's rude. Well, here comes Bacon Bolt again. Bacon Bolt's really good against our deck. Was hoping they wouldn't hit that. That's usually like a 1 to 2 of in most Drake's decks. But they do spin through their deck quite a bit. Yep, there's Bacon Bolt yet again. Seems good. Well, how do you feel about a Brontodon? At this point, I'm just throwing whatever dinosaur I can in front of them. We're going Jurassic Park on them. And it seems like it's not really working because they're still easily killing us. Ooh, there's the Crackling Drake. Maximize velocity sitting in the opponent's yard. We have to fire off this Deafening Clarion. Let's see if I can bluff it. I don't think I can gain the life. Alright, let's go ahead and put a counter on it. See if I can get in there. They probably won't block because of shock, right? Stuff like that. They could be worried about all of that. Yep. Okay. Let's hope they can't kill us in one turn, right? Oh, no, there it is. Exactly lethal. Exactsies. I mean, they're gonna go for it, right? There's just no way they don't go for it. Yeah. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a great matchup. Game 1, at least. But, it's okay. We'll take it to the board now. We're going to have a little bit better stuff in Collision Colossus. So, those are all going in. Shivan Fires are great. Ixalan's Bindings are great. Vivian Reed's great. Obviously, Kroll Harpooner's great. Let's... Actually, we like our Lava Coils, don't we? Deafening Clarions are not useful here. Definitely not. Carnage Tyrant just feels like a big dinosaur that just gets blocked by a Drake, so that's not always the best. I think I can go down Rhythm of the Wild, although it is nice to have stuff actually live past like Lava Coil, so giving things +1/+1 could be pretty sweet. I'm going to need a lot of instant speed answers, because I do worry about whether they could just, like, kill us immediately from, like, with, like, maximized velocity. I guess another No, but Brontodon's toughness is what makes it pretty sweet. I don't know, this is a tough choice. I kind of like everything. I'll go down a Kroll Harpooner, because, you know what? They could just shock it, and then we die. The only way they couldn't shock it is if we have Rhythm of the Wild, so... Yeah, we got some Lava Coils and an Ixalan's Binding. So if we can slap an Ixalan's Binding on maybe like Niv Mizzet, that'd be pretty good. And then tag down the Drakes with Lava Coils. And as long as we just keep our Spellbreaker at 4, that means it doesn't die to random, like... I mean, like, Bacon Bolt's gonna kill everything in our deck anyway, so that won't matter. Carnage Tyrant was nice because it was not targetable. So maybe it's not entirely right to take them all out, but... We'll find out now. Do they have counterspells for creatures? Oh, Syncopate. Okay. That's pretty good. That was rude. Well, I wasn't ready for that. Chart a Course. Yeah, I'm not going to play anything. I'll just pass. Hopefully our Regisaur Alpha resolves next turn. I mean, that's as good as we really can ask for. Come on, deck. Give me something good. Alright, there's Enigma Drake. I feel like Enigma Drake's about to get Spell Pierced. Or, I mean, not Spell Pierced, Dive Downed. That's fine. Get the Dive Down out now. Probably could have played this so we didn't take 2 damage unnecessarily. Played a little too fast there. Could have played the Temple Garden. So opponent's got an Enigma Drake. It's 5/4 right now. They're using a Discovery. That means it's definitely going to grow. We beat this. I really want Crackling Drake gone. But Niv Mizzet will also be a problem. And like, Ixalan's Binding is great because there are 3 other Enigma Drakes in their deck. Oh no, do they play a second Drake here? Whew. This is painful. Oh, their wheels are spinning right now for sure. Hopefully they dive down this. Aw, darn it. Well, I guess we pass. Just gotta watch out for maximized velocity. Our deck doesn't really have much that interacts with them on that front. Only we had a Rhythm of the Wild, huh? We wouldn't have gotten syncopated. Then again, the Rhythm probably would have gotten syncopated. So, you know. They pitched a Lava Coil. What are they digging towards? I'm actually very concerned. Because once Ral, is it Viceroy or something like that, lands, we're also in trouble. We got one dive down. They must have another somewhere. Okay, that's only 1 mana up, so I can't get syncopated for much. So let's play Regisaur Alpha. Send the 3/3 barreling in. Luckily, Regisaur Alpha, though, can just get for some sweet plays. Like, well, if we had the Rhythm of the Wild, it's been pretty sweet. That would have been 7 damage right off the bat. Ooh, they topped whatever that is. That can't be good for us. Remember, 1 maximized velocity on any Drake here kills us. Yeah. Okay, that's the least of my worries. Okay, cool. Come on. No more dive downs. No more dive downs. Does this resolve? Whew! Alright, there we go. That had my stomach in knots. So now we ate the Crackling Drakes, right? That means they only have Enigma Drake now. And, like, Niv Mizzet, but they don't draw that anytime soon. I just hope their hand's, like, filled with Crackling Drakes. And that's it. This way we can at least take this to a game 3. Oh, that's rude. That's rude. Oh, no. Ah, that's a good game. GG. Karelican is our next round opponent. Please don't be on Drakes. It's a miserable matchup for us. Yeah, we just didn't hit enough last game. Unfortunate. But, new game. Hopefully, not too crazy. New set of problems. Okay, it looks like it's Gates. Again. Guild Gates are really popular. We need a 3rd land. Nice. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play Rhythm of the Wild. I want to just draw my lands going up to land 5. This way Regisaur Alpha can stay. They have 2 lands to play. Gross. Play another one of these, then start catching up on the damage. Because I'm pretty sure now at this point their Rams and everything are going to be pretty big. Now everything gets +1 at the least. And haste, if I want it. Yep. Alright, so we've triple rioted into a 6/6. Because, you know, Spellbreaker has its own thing going. We get a land here. We can have a 6/6 Regisaur Alpha. They have 5 gates. Or, sorry, yeah, it would be a 6/6 or a 5/5 with haste. It's 3/6 gates. I mean, they can swing in. It has vigilance. These Rams are a problem. Oh, that's brutal. Get past this. Like, 1 Ram kind of just shuts us down, right? Yeah. Also, us not drawing anything. Go to the next game. Unfortunate. These Rams are just hard to beat. That's like their best threat, right? So let's go ahead and get ready to take them all out. Bring in Vivian, sure. Have a few pump effects to make it so that we swing past them efficiently. Lava Coil doesn't feel too great here. Neither does Deafening Clarion. Creatures dealt damage so we can't block, so maybe we can just keep everything swinging right past them. I mean, I don't know what else we're going to do. These Rams are going to get pretty massive. I can only hope that they get caught underneath a binding. I want to bind a Ram, and I want to bind the Krasis. Okay, this is playable. I'll keep this. We have ways to kind of interact with anything that they would have, like flying, plus we can pump our threats to get past the Ram. Okay, well, we need to get lands. Had we hit a 5th land last game, maybe I would have played it out a little bit more. Yep. Nope. This deck needs more than 23 lands, I think. Like, the commune with dinosaurs I never take out anyways, because it's too important. Seeing as how we have issues right now with lands. Sure. Alright, so Mark of the Wild. Take one more. We do have the Ixalan's Binding and the white source for it. We need a 4th land and we can eat a ram up with it. This can make anything. Okay, they have a lot of mana. That's slightly concerning. Alright, so we're just going to send 4 at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would pump it to a 5 power. That's not that big a deal. It's all the same. I'm gonna just send this upstairs. Let's go. This allows me to blow stuff up if they play anything, like any kind of enchantment. We're just gonna send as many hasters as we can at them. How many gates is that? That's 6 gates. Jeez. Rams will be massive at that point. We don't really have that many non-creature spells. I'm wondering why they brought in Cindervines just for this, the Rhythm of the Wild. I could save our Rhythm of the Wild, but I'd rather just keep the 3/4 body right now. They could spend whatever they want to deal with those. Yep, there's the ram. Cool, perfect. So now we have the ability to put a ram underneath an Ixalan's Binding, which is what we want to do. There you go. So now that they use their Cindervines, they can't use it on our Ixalan's Binding. Perfect. Process is at 5. Sure. So we can play Vivian, take this down. Alright, let's take our turn.
The wild wasn't meant to be contained. Sometimes
now, there is a discussion to not use Vivian on that and instead try to go Collision Shalai. Because at least this way, if they play a bigger Crosses, then we can start dealing with it. They could do it for 6 right now. So if they play another land, they could do it for 7. Banefire for 2 at Vivian, sure. So they brought in some Banefires. Haste, send in 6 here. I could pump for more damage if I wanted to. Oh, that's really bad. They have Mortify too? That's rough. How big is this ram? Okay, let me think here. We blow this up. It's only up to 7. That's rough. They have a Mortify. I was not expecting the Mortify there. That was really rough. So now they have a Vigilant Ram that I can't get past. Huh. Well, I guess this deck's not very good against Guild Gates or Drakes. Sure. GG's. Okay. Nor, you're going to be our next round opponent. Let's see, oh man, these are abysmal draws. Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is better than 5 lands in like Carnage Tyrant. Sure, it's pretty good. Yeah, the opener hand had a lot of action, but just only 1 land. No, thank you. And it was a land that couldn't cast the Commune with Dinosaurs either. Definitely gonna, if this is red deck, we're gonna make Girl Spellbreaker of next 4. Ripjaw Raptor, though, is sweet in this matchup because of its 5 toughness, so I'm pretty excited for that, too. Alright, here we go. See what they got. I'm not blocking, so that's confirmed. And then next turn, ooh, Gutter Snipe. Okay. Okay. Hold on, does this deal to target? each opponent. Okay, so no target, no targets. Yeah, I mean, I'll see if they want to block. What's the worst that could happen if we let them stick around for one turn? What's the worst that could happen? We'll be alright. This is a little greedy. You take like 100 damage for this, but you know, I believe. See, now they have to spend... Oh, wow, they actually had a fight with fire. That's the perfect answer to my Ripjaw Raptor. Wow. Perfect, 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 perfect. That lined up very well. Ooh, gross. I guess I have to clear off the board. And we got rid of the Gutter Snipe. We gained 4, as much as I'd like to play Lyra. So they already play 1 fight with fire. I don't see it being unreasonable for them to have other copies of it. And or lava coils. Okay. Pretty sweet. Alright, we're going to go down to 14. Probably get punched by this 10 Street Dodger. There you go. Send this upstairs. This makes so things can only be... This can only be blocked by things with Defender. The 10 Street Dodger. I mean, we're not blocking anyways. We're smorking. Shalai on board means that they can't aim any of their burn at our face. Goblin Gathering. Oh, yeah. That's... Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That's sweet. They can trade their whole board, or, I mean, 3 of their creatures, to deal with our Spellbreaker if they'd like. That I'm fine with. Sure. So we trample over for 1. Now, I know I could have killed one of those, like, I could have killed the Viashino, which would have then meant that they would be dead this upcoming turn, but I kind of want to save this Lava Coil. I feel like it's going to be pretty important. Okay, no blocks. Next turn, if we draw a land, we just play Carnage Tyrant. No, we don't even need to play Carnage Tyrant, do we? We can try to go for lethal. Alright, let's just try to go for lethal. Two burn spells kills it. So like Lightning Strike, or Shock, or a mixture of any of those. Nice! And we connect. Okay, so that sends us into game 2. Nice and close. I'm gonna bring Huali in. Huali seems great. Colossus could allow us to pump and do some nasty damage there. Shivan Fire is something I feel like we're gonna need, because we're gonna need some cheap answers. Rhythm of Wild, probably not that relevant here. I think that's about everything. Don't need Vivian. Don't really want to... Yeah, we'll keep it as is. A few Carnage Tyrants is fine. Nice. We'll keep this. We have the Deafening Clarion. I don't understand. Like, I think this art is super sweet, but just chilling in the horn with the horn and all of that, whatever that creature is. I wonder if we'll ever get to like a Viking world. Did we ever have like a Viking plane? I don't think we did, right? Oh yeah, we're just gonna hold up this mountain for a Shivan Fire. Oh, let's just hope they don't play Gutter Snipe next turn. Okay, we really need some land here. Preferably a green source. 2 of them back to back would be ideal. Like Rootbound Crag would be perfect. Or a 5-drop to complete our other 2 5-drops that we have. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think this deck can get away with 23 lands. So I think I'd go like 24, 25. Even with Commune with Dinosaurs. Yep. This is useless. Throw that away. I'd rather keep the Register Alphas, because at this point, any of my dinosaurs will be bigger than all their threats and can just beat them hard enough. Alright, come on. Deck, no more jokes. Oh, hold on. Okay, so deck still got some jokes. Deck still got some jokes. Okay, now we'll discard the Register Alpha. Your turn. I don't think it was unreasonable to keep a 2-lander with Deafening Clarion, you know? It's just unfortunate we didn't draw any lands. Mulling could have meant that we get less cards with, like, higher mana curve. Oh, Lord. That's painful. Shockland. Perfect. We're taking 2 anyways, right? Yeah, we're taking 2 anyways. May as well shut this off from, like, being able to trigger raid. At least for the time being. I don't know, they might have some other hasty threat, like some 1-drop Tin Street, whatever, Hooligan Mabobber. Or just burn us out. I guess that's also an efficient game plan. Yep. Seems good. No blocks. Okay, alright, that was unfortunate. We just didn't draw any lands. Next game. Next one. We were just kidding. That time. Let's get this done for reals now. Yeah, I'll keep this. We got 3 lands. Can't complain. I'll start with Sacred Foundry. Gives us the red on turn 2 without having to shock. Allows us to play Sun Petal Grove untapped. Go for the Commune with Dinosaurs. Oh no, now our opponent's mulliganing down to 5. Well, at least the first game between both my opponent and I was like pretty close. The second one was just a blowout. Heavily favoring our opponent. Sure, let's Commune with Dinosaurs. Let's speak to the dinos. I don't hate that, right? We go 4 and 5. I mean, if I could take 2 dinosaurs, I would have gotten Carnage Tyrant, but that's just not realistic, so. Okay, so then we play Temple Garden tapped. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Okay, we have another Ripjaw Raptor. So even if they go Fight with Fire on one of them, we still got to back up. Gosh, Fight with Fire was such a good answer to our Ripjaw Raptor. I was like, oh, they're targeting it. I wonder if I'm going to draw a ton of cards. This is weird because I oddly want them to target this a ton, so I don't want Shalai to protect this. This first Ripjaw Raptor will pretty much either exhaust them of their resources to deal with any of our, with like our other Ripjaw Raptor or Shalai. Ooh. Yeah. I'd like to draw a card, please. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'll draw another card. That's 2 cards. Don't mind if I do. Draw 2. Make your opponent discard 2. Seems good. Alright, let's go and let's be mana efficient. Let's go Register Alpha. Maybe the 3/3 gets hit with a Lightning Strike or something like that. Okay. I think this Register Alpha is about to eat some burn. Oh no. Seems our opponent might be getting flooded after mulling. What are they doing? Okay, Shivan Fire. That's pretty sweet. So we play another Register Alpha. Let's go Commune with Dinosaurs, see if we can find, okay, well, we only got a Brontodon, unfortunately. Wasn't a Carnage Tyrant, and our only Galta's at the bottom of the library. Alright, some little Gobbo tokens. I will not be using Deafening Clarion. We draw a land, we go both Ripjaw Raptor plus Bronte. Nice. And then send in all the dinos. Our prehistoric army. It's crazy to think these cards are going to rotate out fairly soon. When I say fairly soon, I mean like, what, October or in the fall or whatever? Alright, opponent's at 1. Didn't block the Ripjaw, didn't get to draw any cards. Darn. Nice. 2 and 2. Good luck, Droom. Or Droomy, or I don't know how you pronounce it. Probably butchered it. Will be the last opponent for the day. We're starting off a little poorly here. Okay. Pass back to them. Alright, what is this? Golgari? Whoa. Ooh, might it be Golgari zombies? I've got a Golgari zombies deck I've been playing with. Not sure if, I mean, I don't play Doom Dissenter, but... Whoa, are they gonna Assassin's Trophy this? Guess that means we get a 4/5 Brontodon, which is pretty sweet. Chaos Wand. Instant or sorcery card. We don't have many, so... Okay. Yeah, we don't really have many. I guess we have Deafening Clarion, Lava Coil, and Commune with Dinosaurs. So they can grab a land. I don't know if that's worth. That is a spicy meatball for sure, though. Do I even want to use Brontodon on that? I don't think I even want to use my Brontodon on that. But I also want to make sure I always have mana up to blow up that spear. Or the wand. I mean, yeah, I'll block. No, not that. Block. What are they doing? They must have some kind of instant speed removal spell that they're... They murder. Blow this up. Alright, so they targeted our Brontodon with murder, so we blew up their wand. And then Spellbreaker becomes a 4/4 with haste. Or we can make it a 5/5. Ooh, double Spellbreaker. I'm gonna make it just a 5/5. I like having big, massive threats here. They must have another murder or something like that, or some kind of Chupacabra. But they will run out of removal, right? Hopefully not before... I mean, hopefully before we run out of threats. We did mulligan, but I think the mulligan was pretty solid. Sitting on a Doom Dissenter, I have murder. The thing is, like, we just don't know what they're playing, right? It could be anything. It could be the Golgari, a starter deck. Spawn of Mayhem is definitely not in the starter deck, so... Can confirm, not starter deck. One more land, we do both. Gruul Spellbreaker and Lava Coil. Nice. So we got rid of that. They could block. Spellbreaker still tramples over for 4. They get a 2/2. Then we just make another 5/5. Oh, that's a problem. Path of Discovery from the opponent. Ooh. I think that's pretty good. Oh, that's a big one. We got some big dinos there. Okay, that was sweet. That was super sweet. Oh man. Lava Coil's sweet. Spellbreaker, no, Spellbreaker, you stay in. Shalai eats all the spot removal from the opponent. Or, yeah, it'll at least make it so they have to go through one more hoop. Brontodon is sweet. I don't know, I think this is good enough. Right, like, I don't see much else that we need here. Like, Lava Coil should be able to efficiently deal with their threats. Deafening Clarion, I still don't know if I need that or not. I think I would, considering that I just saw, you know, whatever, Doom Dissenter or whatever. And that looks like it's going to eventually try to go wide. Well, we can't let that happen, so gonna edit all this out as I wait, and I wait. And then I'll wait some more. That was pretty sweet. We were able to punch him with a pretty big Galta. That was sweet. That's like the Timmy in me, I think. Timmys are the ones that like gigantic creatures, so yeah, like that. The Timmy in me was very pleased. Very pleased. Can't complain. Pass, just in case we draw like Commune with Dinosaurs. So we're gonna start with Stomping Ground. Knight of Grace. Or Malice, sorry. Part of me wants to just get this Rhythm of the Wild down because there's only one of those in my hand. And if they bring a Duress in, they'd have to double Duress to get rid of both Clarions. They gotta commit more eventually, right? Eventually. They must have Murder if okay, yeah, they're holding on to removal. We're gonna play Rhythm of the Wild. I think the opponent's got some disenchantment effects this time. Some kind of way to blow up enchantments. They are in green. Come on, just don't have anything. I'll stop looking at it. Stop looking at it. You know what it does. Every time they highlight my Rhythm of the Wild, it's kind of terrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, Poison Tip Archer. Nice. This is gonna give us some targets to get rid of. Now, every part of me wants to just go and play Ripjaw Raptor, hope that it works out for us, and then board wipe. I don't see that happening, so I'm gonna just do this now. Get rid of their board. Take 2 more damage. We're behind on the board. But now that the board's clean, we have a Rhythm of the Wild, so we're ahead on board. What does the opponent have? They must have, like, Murder or something like that. At least we know Spellbreaker is safe on our turn. Ripjaw Raptor does just kind of die to all their removal spells, because all their removal spells are just a simple hard removal. It's not, like, burn-based. I'm going to just give as many things as I can haste. Alright, let's try to go with Spellbreaker next turn, or even Shalai. Just afraid of them like going like Vivian or something. But if they go Vivian, we can just punch it down. One. Haste. Get in there for 4. So now they spend time on their turn to kill this. That I do like. Do they have any more removal? I don't see any removal from the opponent currently. Chupacabra does count as removal. Never mind. Incorrect. Ripjaw Raptor. Incoming. Gee, we have quite a few Ripjaw Raptors. Alright. Alright, we're going to go haste. Send him in. Or try to send him in, but probably dies to like a removal spell. Yep. Okay. So they've used Murder, and Ravenous Chupacabra, right? About that time. It's about that time. We play Ripjaw Raptor again, hoping that this time we actually get to keep it. Carnage Tyrant. Okay, that's a little different. Well, play one of these Ripjaw Raptors. We have only 5 mana. If we had 6 mana, then we could top deck a land and do Deafening Clarion, gain life. Do that whole spiel. I mean, I'm not blocking the Carnage Tyrant. Not yet. At least. Whoa. They have a pump effect or something? We're dead if they do. Oh, it's just another murder. Alright. Okay. Let me think here. What's my out? I take the land. Okay, well, this time we actually have to block it, right? 6 toughness means we take 3, we go down to 1. Is there even an out to this? Yeah, there's no out to this. Let's go to the next game. They hit us too many times. And Carnage Tyrant is a little hard for us to deal with unless we have our own. Okay, so with how much removal they just brought in, let's change some things up. They brought a lot of removal. They have a lot of removal. That was just like murder after Chupacabra. So we're going to need to bring in another Carnage Tyrant to make sure that... And also, if we bring in Carnage Tyrant, ours could potentially be hasty. I do like that. I'll keep this. Don't have the Rhythm of the Wild, but we do have the Commune with Dinosaurs. That could be pretty sweet. What do I want to do here? Yeah, we just play this. Tap to go ahead and fire off Commune with Dinosaurs. That's mana number 4, which would guarantee us to get into the direction that we need. All right, that gets us our like the perfect mana we need to. Yeah, that's fine. Sovereign's Bite. Hold on, what? Reported? I'm not ready for that. Whoa, what is that? Out of the Golgari deck. That's sweet. Too much removal from Golgari. Too much life gain. Can't hang. We don't have the Rhythm of the Wild this time. Oh! Whoa! What is that? A Noxious Guardian. Okay. I'll tell you what, I won't attack into that. Now this turn I'm going to try to go Deafening Clarion. This means I get to draw a card. And all of our dinos survive. From the Deafening Clarion. Barring that, my opponent just decided to go removal spell here. They had a few last game. They had a lot last game. Okay, that's fine with me. Does this ping anything? No, this is not Judith. Never mind. No blocks. That Noxious Guardian is going to go right through every time. Alright, we draw a card. Yep. Ooh. Get in there. So we gain 7 back. Feels good. Next turn we can actually just go ahead and play either Brontodon again. Or no, I like if we hit the land, we can go Alpha. That makes every dinosaur after that hasty. So that needs to go away. Alright, that's got to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and get in there for another 7. So they're down to 12. We're staring at 10 damage, but lethal with the Regisaur Alpha in hand. Okay. We got to try for it. Here we go. It's not a gigantic Galta, but it's a W. That concludes our league. We finished at 3-2. Girl Spellbreaker and Rhythm of the Wild were quite the boost in power. They were fun cards. Being able to get like a hasty Galta there was sweet. As you know, I mean, being able to just surprise 12-12 out of nowhere is always nice. I also really like the Deafening Clarions as it helps us keep our, it helps keep the board clear from decks that go wide and early. And of course, the life gain part, our threats are actually able to survive the 3 damage and make it so that we have a crazy health total swing when we connect with this with the threats. I would probably look to deal with flyers more in the main deck. I think that's my big issue right now. I mean, Drakes, anything like that, we can't really efficiently deal with them like at instant speed, you know what I mean? Because we don't have anything like it. We have Lava Coil. All of our stuff's sorcery speed. So maybe we can move a few of those Collision Colossus into the main deck. But that's just me. My preference. I wouldn't say that this build is wrong in any way. But yeah, thank you so much for coming back and watching another episode of Fish 5-0 with me, yours truly, your host, Krim, also known as the Asian Avenger. And if you enjoyed the content we make here at MTG Goldfish, make sure you hit a like and subscribe. And to be notified when a brand new video is up, hit that bell icon. Other than that, thanks for checking it out. I'll see you at the next one.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.